All right, so I'm here with Caleb. Caleb, how old are you?
I'm 18 years old.
Where are you from originally?
I was born and raised on the Navajo Reservation, a little small town called Ganado. So that's where I was raised at.
And what brings you out here to Phoenix?
My mom, wanted to go back to school out here. So she came out here. She's she's a pharmacy technician at Walgreens. So that's why, when she moved out here, she brought us out here with her.
And what's your current situation right now? Are you homeless?
Yeah, I'm homeless right now. It's been really rough, because now it's especially cold, especially during the winter. So like right now, I'm just homeless. I'm doing, hardly have blankets and stuff, but just trying to keep warm.
How long have you been homeless for?
Since I was 13, to be honest.
13?
Yeah, when I was young.
How do you end up homeless at 13?
My mom's boyfriend ended up kicking me out at a young age because we argue a lot, but he was the one starting the arguments. But then it went from arguing, actually to like physically fighting, to where I had bruises around my neck, my chest, and my arms. So it was that's why he kicked me out. He would only fight me when the family wasn't home, so he would blame it on me, saying I started.
A grown man fighting a 13-year-old.
Yeah. He was 43 at the time. I was 13. So that's how it was just bad.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
So you end up getting kicked out, and how did you survive during that time?
To be honest, my family didn't support me with money at all. So what I did was I actually went around the neighborhood and to people's houses. I actually knocked door to door and asked if they needed any yard work, or like anyone to mow the lawn, or anything that needs to be done around the house. I'll do it for like a couple dollars, just so I could actually make money, just to actually eat, and just to eat, because I was going to school at the time. I was still going to school even though I was homeless, but that's what I was doing to make money, and people would pay me like $15, like $20, every time I did their yard or something, so that's how I managed to survive, is just doing like self-employed basically for landscaping.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
Where was this at? Was this here in Phoenix, or did that happen back at?
No, it actually happened here in Phoenix, in Glendale, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you have any family out here? Do you have any other family?
I have my mom, my siblings out here, and I have a couple aunts, and that's about it. I know so far. Most of my family live back up north on the Navajo Reservation.
Did they find out about you being homeless at 13 years old?
Yeah, but they told me the same thing my mom did. They said it was my fault because my mom's boyfriend told him a different story. Yeah. They told him that, I was the one starting it, and I was the one fighting him. That's why he fought me back. But it was the other way around. He was fighting me first, and I was self-defending myself, so I had to fight him back.
So how was your childhood growing up? Were you like a rebellious kid, or were you...
To be honest, no, I really wasn't. I was actually the kid who would always be smiling, who loved making people laugh, I love making people smile, I love making people laugh, even if they're having a bad day, Yeah. I was more of a kid who liked giving, if I didn't really have anything, but I still have enough to give, I would give it, that's how I was growing up. It's just I love helping people out, I love giving, people that need stuff. That's how I was raised growing up, actually, is helping people out.
That's good. Do you still keep in contact with your mom?
Not really. I try to contact her, but she doesn't really contact me back. That's the thing. She actually doesn't talk to me anymore ever since I got kicked out. And that was the hardest part, because I asked my mom for help a couple times, but she never really called me back, or she would never text me back. She'd leave it on red. So
man, that's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
So right now, do you do any substances?
To be honest, right now I just do one, but I'm slowly getting off it. I'm actually getting myself help for it.
You messing with the blues out here?
Yeah, the blues are a big thing out here. It's really rough for people. Once they get on it, it's hard for them to get off it. That's what I noticed, especially for me, But if you really want to get off it, you got to really put in the effort to actually get help and stuff. Like me, I'm I'm on it every now and then, but not as much as I was before, Right now I'm taking Suboxone, because that's what they give you to actually help you get off it, for outpatient rehab and stuff. So I take Suboxone every now and then to help me and stuff. So It actually, it's not that bad. It actually helps, like, with the craving, like, with you not hurting and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's pretty good. Like, it's not bad. I like it, especially outpatient rehab. They have me going to groups and everything, so I'm pretty happy about that.
That's good, man. How did you get introduced out here to these blues?
To be honest, I really wish I wasn't introduced to it, but I was actually working for this guy who does carpentry.
Yeah.
And he paid me under the table. He would pay me $100 every day, like at the end of the day, for helping him, you know, like fix up houses and everything. And his wife actually introduced me to it, because there'd be times where he would send me out to do jobs with her. And then, because I only did weed at the time, and I told everyone that told me, you know, if I do anything else, I said, no, I only do weed. That's the only thing I'll ever do is weed, you know?
Yeah.
But then, you know, I was still like homeless at the time, you know, like I was really depressed, you know, so that's what kind of like made me go into it, you know, because I was really depressed. I was angry at myself, you know, angry of why, like, you know, my family wasn't there for me when I needed them, you know, so like I ended up seeing her smoke tray one day. And she asked me, because I told her my body was hurting, because I do like, you know, my body would hurt because I would do like 3 jobs a day of landscaping. So my body would be sore and everything, because I would work myself sick. And then I would take one day to rest, you know, and then I would get back to work again. But one day my body was like really sore, it was really hurting, and I told her about it, you know, and then she told me, what do you call it, to hit her tray. You know, she told me to hit her tray that, you know, it'll actually help with my soreness. It actually made me feel better.
Yeah.
And, you know, I told her, no, like, I'm all right at first, you know, and then, like, I couldn't really deal with the pain as much because we were working and everything. And then I asked her about it. I said, are they addictive, you know? I was like, if they are addictive, I'm not going to do it, you know, because for some reason my body gets addicted to stuff quick, you know? So I told her, if they're addictive, I'm not going to do it. But then she actually ended up lying to me and saying they're non-addictive, you know, that I won't get addicted that quick. And when that's when I took my first hit, is when I was with her at a job and everything, just so my body wouldn't hurt, you know? Like, my body didn't hurt afterwards, but then, like, I started to crave it a little after, because, like, every time I went to work with her, I would always hit the tray. And that's how I ended up starting to get into blues, was because of her. So, like, I wish I haven't done it, you know, but...
What age was that?
It was, to be honest, I was 15.
15 years old?
15 years old, yeah.
Damn, bro.
So it's about to be 5 years now that I'm, like, on it. It's, like, rough. It really is rough.
And what do you do out here now to survive?
To be honest, I panhandle sometimes, you know, just to get myself something to eat. Or, like, if I need to get myself, like, blankets or, like, warmer clothes, I'll panhandle, you know. Or I'll do the same thing, you know, self-employed, like landscaping, you know, I'll go out, you know, I'll ask people if they need their, like, yard done or anything, or, like, you know, if they need work done on their house, you know, just anything basically, just to, like, help, you know, make a little bit of money for, like, food, and, like, just get myself, like, warmer stuff, because it's winter now and it's really cold. So
are you trying to get a job or anything like that?
Yeah, actually, I applied to a couple places. I'm waiting on an email, because I don't have a phone, so I'll check my, emails, like, whenever, you know, someone has a phone or would let me use their phone, I would do that, or I'll go to the library and check my email there.
And you have your ID and everything on you?
To be honest, no, I got robbed the other day.
Did you?
Yeah, I got robbed. Like, they took most of my jackets. They took most of my jackets, most of my things that I actually own, because I don't own very much. So they ended up taking all of that, and they took my wallet, which had my ID in it, actually, and my Cash App card. So, like, my ID was the most important thing that I needed, especially for a job, you know? Because, like, I was really mad when I got robbed and everything, because, like, you know, I was like, what if I you know, get an email saying that, you know, I come in for an interview and they ask for an ID, and I tell them I don't have an ID, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, I was kind of upset when I got robbed and everything, but right now, yeah, right now.
Does that happen often out here?
To be honest, it kind of does. Like, people get robbed left and right, you know, or, like, especially when you're on blues and stuff, like, you fall asleep and then you wake up with everything missing. Like, everyone tends to steal stuff, you know, like, even, like, when people who aren't homeless, like, who have, like, a car and house, they actually ended up stealing from homeless people still, too, and it's really bad, like, you know, especially because they know we have nothing. Yeah. You know, like, we don't have much. All we have is just blankets and, like, a few clothes, and, you know, we actually had to, like, build ourselves, like, little shelters and stuff, like, out of nothing, you know?
So, what is, like, one of the worst experiences you've had out here, man?
My
being homeless?
worst experience, to be honest, my worst experiences like out here is like being blamed that, what do you call it, I steal. Like, I actually get profiled a lot. Like, I get discriminated a lot because you know, I don't have really nice clothes as much, you know.
Yeah.
And when I have money to go get clothes, every time I go into the stores, like, they look at me like I'm about to steal something, and they follow me around the store, and I get anxiety, like really bad anxiety when I'm around like a big group of people, you know. And so like them just following me, it gives me more anxiety, you know, because my anxiety is really bad to the point where like I freeze up and I can't speak, you know. It's hard for me to write too, you know, like write or like type, just doing anything with my hands mostly, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just, I get discriminated a lot going in stores, and that's the one thing I really don't like. They, you know, they treat us like we're not really people, to be honest. They treat us more like we're like not human, basically. They treat us like, you know, we're just like savages, you know, like just like, you know, like we don't get respected at all. Like we really don't, you know. Like the other day, like, you know, I had a job like a couple months ago and everything, and I was trying to panhandle for a couple dollars to get a bus pass. And this guy, I asked this guy nicely, you know, like I asked him nicely, respectfully, hey sir, excuse me, do you have enough, you know, do you have a couple dollars you can give me for a bus pass so I get to work? And in the most rudest way possible, the guy told me, get a job. Like, he's like, get a job. I don't know why you're out here. You know, you could get a job. But I, like, he said it in the most rudest way possible. Yeah. And I told him, I said, I'm sorry, sir. That's why I'm trying to get a couple dollars so I could get so I go to work today. And, you know, like, he, like, looked at me all mad and he said, excuse me, what'd you say to me? And I said, you know, excuse me, sir, I'm sorry, but I'm trying to get a couple dollars for a bus pass so I go to work today. That's all I need is just a bus pass to go to work. I do have a job, you know, I'm trying to change, you know, my life around. That's why I have a job and everything. That's why I'm trying to, you know, make my life a little easier for me, you know? And then, like, he just looked at me and, like, he just, like, to be honest, like, he ended up actually spitting at me and everything. Like, it was bad, like, you know. And then, he, you know, I just told him, I said, you know, like, we're people too, you know, like, we're not, you know, most of us are actually trying to change our lives for the better, you know. And then I was like, some people panhandle, you know, to actually get themselves something to eat or get themselves something from the store, like a lot warmer, especially during the winter. And what mostly people see us doing, like what they expect us to do basically is like they expect us to do other things with the money. You know, like not a lot of people know what we're actually doing with the money. Like sometimes we'll go get ourselves something to eat because we're starving, or, you know, say if we have a spouse, you know, or we're in a relationship, we're trying to get, you know, our spouse something to eat too because they might be hungry, you know. And like it's just other people expect us to do the wrong thing, you know. Like I noticed that a lot. They expect us to do the wrong thing instead of the right thing, and most of us do actually do the right thing. Yeah. You know, like, and actually the other day I went here to QT and what do you call it? There's this sweet, nice old lady right next to me, right? There's a sweet, nice old lady next to me. And next, you know, I went to go buy someone a Monster, you know, because they said they wanted a canned Monster. So, you know, I had like my last $5, so I said, you know, yeah, I got you, you know. And so I go in there and I buy it, and then I'm telling myself, man, I hope I have enough, you know, because I want to get myself something to eat also, you know. And then I pulled the Monster can up, they scanned it, they told me it was $4.63. I pull out my $5. I said, I hope I have change, you know. Like I was really hoping I had 63 cents, so I had like at least, you know, $1 left to me, you know. And then, you know, so I'm checking my pocket saying that, and I guess the lady heard me. And then she's like, how much you need? And I was like, well, I need 63 cents, but it's fine, you know, don't worry, I got it, you know, I got $5, you know. And then she like nicely gave me $1, you know. She's like, here you go. And I was like, oh no, ma'am, it's fine, you know, I got it handled, you know, I have enough. I was just hoping I had 63 cents. She's like, oh no, it's fine, you know, I don't mind it, you know, go ahead. And I was like, thank you, I really appreciate that. God bless you, have a nice day, okay? She's like, yeah, you too, thank you. And then after that, next, you know, what do you call it? She, the lady who actually like was ringing me out, you know, who actually, the employee, the cashier, ended up telling me like, wow, so you didn't really need the $1. I was like, no, I really didn't need the $1, but, you know, the lady was really nice to me, you know, to give it to me still, you know? And then after that, like, she's like, so what, you like taking money from old ladies? Like, just out of nowhere, like, she said that. And I was like, are you serious right now? She was like, yeah. She's like, because it looks to me like you just like taking money from old ladies. Like, she just kept on saying that. And I was like, no, like, I tried to give it back. I tried to say, no, ma'am, it's fine, you know, I have enough. Yeah. But she kept on insisting I keep it, you know. I was like, she just must have wanted to do a good deed or something, you know, to give me $1, and I really appreciate it. And then the employee just kept on telling me, wow, that's messed up. You're taking money from old ladies and everything. I guess that's the type of person you are. And I was like, are you serious? I was like, you just from that action of what I did, like you know, are assuming that I like taking money from old ladies. That's really messed up. You know, I tried telling her, you're really disrespectful. Like, I was just trying to be, you know, respectful and nice. I tried to give the lady back her money, but she insisted I keep it, you know, because she knew I was homeless, you know. And then the employee just kept on, like, assuming that, you know, I was, like, in it to, like, just take the money and do something else with it, even though I wasn't, you know, like. And then the lady just kept being disrespectful to me. So I go out back to see if I can find the old lady outside. And I go back, I find her, go up to her car. I was like, here you go, miss. Here's the $1. You know, I tried giving it back. And then she just kept on saying, no, it's yours. Go ahead, keep it. You know, I don't mind it. You know, I wanted you to have it. And I told her, thank you, I really appreciate that. I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, the lady just kept on assuming that, you know, I wanted to take money from you, and I just didn't like it, so that's why I tried giving it back. And she's like, oh no, it's fine. She's like, don't let other people get to you. She's like, she's like, I was in your position once before, you know, like this lady had a really nice car and everything, and she was telling me about how she was homeless before, you know. And then she said, I wanted you to have the $1 because I know you're hungry too, you know. And I was like, thank you, I appreciate that. And that was like the most, like, you know, awful experience I've had, like, in such a long while, you know, like, especially coming here to, like, QT and just getting, you know, someone something to drink and just hoping I had something for myself to eat, you know? Yeah. It was just rough, like.
All right, Caleb, well, thank you for sharing your story. Are you okay with me using this on my YouTube channel? Yeah,
no, I don't mind it. Thank you for, like, asking me, you know, about my story and everything. I appreciate that.
Before I take off, do you have anywhere where my subscribers can reach out to you if they have any sort of help that they want to offer to you, like a job, any donations or anything like that?
They could get me on what do you call it, my Facebook. It's Caleb Wolf. It's okay. CALEB for Caleb, and then Wolf, WOLF, and then it should you should see my picture on there. So like they can reach out to me on Facebook on there. That's all I have for right now.
Hey man, thank you for this interview, man.
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate it. God bless you. Thank you.